Good evening. Okay, so this video this week is a little bit different. I don't have a group of students in front with me for a session tonight. I'm actually in the office doing a catch-up video on the FOMC rate decision tonight and also some trade ideas that could happen and what we're planning to look at in terms of when the news is released. Okay, so we're just under 6 hours. We're just under 6 hours before the FOMC rate decision. For tonight, we're looking at a 66% chance of the FOMC increasing rates from 2.5% to 2.25%, correction, increasing rates from 2.25% to 2.5%, 66% chance of that, 33% chance of them holding rates at 2.25%. So because of this, there's really no real surprise. Don't expect any real surprise for the Fed funds rate to not increase. So we expect them to go from, let me just try and make this a bit brighter, to go from 2.25 to 2.5%. But what we're actually going to be paying more attention to is one, the rates, the FOMC statement, and also the press conference on whether or rather what the plan is for 2019, whether they're going to continue increasing rates as aggressively 2, 3 or 4 times, or whether they're going to be a bit more cautious because of the trade wars, because of what's going to happen with the US economy. So they might actually slow down the rate increase 3 times or even 2 times. If that happens, if that happens where they reduce the chance of the rate increase to 3 or 2 times, we could actually see the US dollar weaken quite strongly across the board. Okay, so if they actually increase rates and maintain the statement, increase rates tonight and maintain the statement that they're going to be quite positive about rate increase, we could see that the US dollar is going to strengthen straight across. If they do increase rates but come in with a commentary to say that he's going to be more cautious with the economy, he's going to not likely to increase rates as much, reducing it down to 2 times, we could see US dollar weakening. What is the likely scenario? I actually believe that the likely scenario is they're going to increase rates and remain quite cautious in terms of the statement and the press conference, but not exactly dovish. So we could still see a little bit of a strengthening of the US dollar, despite a little bit of a commentary saying that they're not going to increase rates as aggressively as what they did this year. Okay, so with that in mind, what we do is we look at the charts. Okay, expecting the US dollar to be strengthen slightly, or even with the rate increase coming out, strengthen slightly and then weaken back again with the commentaries. The Aussie US here, looking at the forward chart, again it needs to break below 7170 before we see any further downside. Okay, but if they come out and they actually do say that we cannot, or rather they come out and say that it's more likely that they're going to reduce the chances of rate increases to 2 times or 3 times over the next year, we could see the Aussie dollar strengthening quite strongly. So at this point, it's really both sides. In this week, or this FOMC decision coming up, anticipate to have a lot of upside and downside movements. So we're going to go through all of them before we decide which ones we're going to focus on and eliminate the unlikely ones. New Zealand US dollar, I was quite happy with this. Last week I highlighted out a head and shoulder pattern for you, that if it broke below 6850, it could go lower. Well, it did break below 6850 with a good 60 pip downward move. At the current point, it's back against to this resistance level. If we see a US dollar weakening, we could shoot up straight up towards the 6.7 or the 0.7 level. If not, it would need to break the support again, and as we can see, breaking this support, we could see quite a good, strong downward move. In terms of the pound, I again, because of the underlying Brexit and the UK Parliament vote for Brexit is 100 days away. It's about 100 days away. Okay, so I'm not going to be so keen on looking at the pound again, because there's just so many other pairs to be considering it for this news. Okay, but let's have a look. Overall trend for the pound has been down. Would I be looking for it to go up and break that resistance, or would I be looking for a downward move? In this scenario, I would not be looking to buy the pound. I'll be looking more forward for a downward move towards the support of 1.2540. Okay, the euro has been on a straight climb for the past couple of days. It's been moving up strongly. Seems like there's a good strong resistance at 1.1440. Okay, and it's quickly approaching that. It's at 1.14 right now, 40 pips away. So again, could it go straight past this and up higher? Yes, it could with a weaker US dollar, but more likely than not, I see that if it doesn't break this resistance of 1.1440, it could come straight back down as it had that many times already. Okay, so Euro US looking to reject that resistance level to come downwards. With the pound, flicking around, with the pound coming down and the Euro US coming down from off its resistance, that is going to really throw the Euro pound in all different directions. Pound coming down would bring the Euro pound upwards, but the Euro US going down would also bring the Euro pound downwards. So in this case, the Euro pound is probably going to sit around and fluctuate in that range, right in the middle of the support and resistance, something to keep your hands off. Euro yen again, as we went through it last week, we said it was in a big wide range at the moment. Same thing with the Euro US. Look likely to go up a little bit before coming back down. We could see the Euro yen coming back down to test that support level. Okay, the US yen, look at it. It's been climbing down. It's been on a straight line downwards. Is it yen strength or is it US dollar weakness? If you scroll through what we've been seeing, we actually notice that it's probably a little bit more, this downward move is probably driven down a little bit more because of US dollar weakness. Okay, so straight away now we can see that at this level, I'll put in one more line, at this level, the yen has actually reacted quite strongly. So we're going to see that if it can go down off this level or move straight back up above this level, that could bring us quite a nice 60 something pip move in that range. Okay, the CAD has been on a straight upward move. You could just draw a very nice channel going that way for the CAD. Alright, straight upward move, but right now it looks like it's retesting this near-term support of 1.3340 to see whether it will come lower. This would happen if we get a weaker US dollar, or if the CAD news tonight actually comes lower as well. It becomes a stronger CAD news. So in terms of the CAD, can it go higher? Most certainly it can. I would favor something for it to go back up and trade upwards following the trend. But based on the current move that is moving down, I'll be a bit more cautious again. Alright, so now I just very quickly went through all 8 charts, and what do we have? We have red lines pointing up, we have red lines pointing down, we have red lines pointing both up and down and across. Which ones are we going to focus on? Okay, let's get that ready. Okay, so which ones are we going to focus on? Coming back to the analysis, we anticipate that they're going to increase rates with a slightly dovish statement, but probably not going to be too I'm not going to weaken the US dollar too much. Because of that, I'll be looking towards a little bit more of the US strength. And also because a lot of the pairs have been moving in quite a consolidation for quite a certain number of periods already, like the Kiwi and the Aussie, they've all been moving quite across. So looking for slightly more US dollar strength. Which ones will we pay attention to? Kiwi would have to break a support, Aussie would have to break a support, Pound could come down with Brexit in mind. Euro US actually looks like a very good contender, where I would like to see it go up towards that resistance before swinging straight back down again. Okay, let me just get rid of this ones that we don't think would happen. Alright, so the Euro US is one that I'll be quite keen on. Euro Pound, we expect it to move straight across, so probably not that much going to happen. Euro Yen could come down. Euro Yen could come quite down strongly. US Yen in both directions, I'll be very keen as a good short quick move, because it's only 60 and about 50-60 pips as well. So that could be both directional. And the US CAD, if it rejects off that support level, could go straight back up. Okay, so taking away the charts that we're not going to be so keen on, filtered it down to 4. Top 4 for tonight would be Euro US to go up and test 1.1440 before coming straight back down, or Euro Yen to go straight down towards 127.25. The US Yen to react off 11235, either up or down, and the US CAD to bounce strongly off in the event of a strong US dollar to bounce strongly off 1.3440. Okay, so Euro US in a strong US dollar scenario, Euro Yen, US Yen for both directions, and the US CAD for an upward move. Okay, then again, with all new situations, make sure you trade a bit more short term. Don't expect big moves to happen. You can see that most of the moves we're expecting tonight are not huge moves, only apart from US is slightly over 100. Everything else is about 60 something pips. Okay, so not going to have great big swings. I don't think that we're going to have great big swings tonight. We expect to see a bit more, well, it's also end of the year, right? So quite quickly we're coming into Christmas. So we're not going to expect to see huge moves. Probably a bit more muted. Might actually be something that you set a few orders and then let it run according to what you plan. Not something that you might want to be, you might think that you're going to double or triple your account off tonight. Okay, so with that in mind, with that I mean not planning to double or triple your account in mind, do remember to trade safe. If you found this video useful, please let me know. And also, if you found that any other feedbacks or comments on how to make this video even better, apart from telling you specifically which ones to buy or sell, please let me know as well. Okay, so trade safe, and we'll catch up again soon. See ya.